Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Aloha Le'iyun. There should be, people could write answers and questions. There should be 2,000 chats on every shia to have an excitement in these wonderful, wonderful things. But we'll continue with this wonderful, the Rebbe taught us to learn Aloha Le'iyun. The Rambam says, Peiri Gimel Aloha Tes, that Chayve Chatois Vashomeis Vadoyin, if there is a chiyuv to bring a chatos or an osham, even if Yom Kippurim passed, Chayovin Lahovin La'achar Yom Kippurim. You have to bring it after Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is not mechaper. However, zog the Rambam, Chayve Hashomeis Tluyin, if it's an Osham Tolu Yom Kippur passed, Pturin the Pot. Shenema Mikol Chatoiseichem Lifnei Hashem Titoru, that Yom Kippur is mechaper in all the Avedas. Zog the Rambam, Kach Lomdu Mipi Hashmua. They learned in Mipi Hashmua from Moshe Rabbeinu that what chait is Yom Kippur mechaper from their korban, kol chait she'im makir be'elo Hashem niskaperle. It has to be a chait that only the Eibishter knows the chait. Lefichach, mi shebo liyodei sofek aveda b'yom kippurim afilu im chashecha. Even if he gets an aveda on Yom Kippur, right before the Shkia, but there's some time left of Yom Kippur between the Sofek and Shkia of Yom Kippur, Poter Miyoshim Tolu. Shekol Hayei Mechaper. The Rambam tells us that Yom Kippur, the whole day is Mechaper from Oshim Tolu. Nimtzu Shlomeid. So you know from here that Yom Kippur, you don't bring on a suffix of Yom Kippur and Osham Toloi, only if Yom Kippur did not give him a kapora. Kimoishi is boy, like it will be explained in the next halacha. A case where Yom Kippur is not mechaper, then he still has to bring the Osham Toloi. Says the Rambam in the next halacha, Ein Yom Kippurim v'le'achatos v'le'osham mechaprim, elo al hashovim hama'aminim b'kaparoso. In order Yom Kippur should be mechaper, you have to be, the Rebbe's medayik, beautiful sikha, look at the sikha schelek of Zayin Achli Beis, the Rebbe's medayik in the Lashon Rambam. The Rambam doesn't say hashovim v'hama'aminim. It's not that he has to do tshuva. What's the tshuva? Hama'aminim b'kaparosei, that you believe that Yom Kippur could be mechaper, is mechaper. Second. You find it in the Igros Moshe, where he tells people that they durchgefallen achet. He tells them, don't worry about it, go to shul, but you should believe that Yom Kippur will be mechaper. And the Eibishter, hama'aminim b'kaparoson zok the Rambam. Aval ha'mevayit bohen, but if you're mevayit in Yom Kippur, and you say Yom Kippur will not be mechaper, zok the Rambam, einon mechaprin loy. Mevayit, either in Yom Kippur, or mevayit in achatos and ha'osham, it's not mechaper. Keitzad zog the Rambam, hoyo mevayit, ve'evi chatos ha'osham, et gebracht achatos and ha'osham, v'oimer mechasher b'libe, she'ein eilu mechaprin le. Nothing bad. He just said, cannot be that this animal will take away my aveda that I did. So if he was mevayit, Afal pisha korvu ki mitzvason loy nischaper le. Ukshiyachze b'tshuva mi'ibitose. Tzorech lahavi chatosi v'Hashem. You have to bring a chatos on Hashem again. Cheina mevayit b'yom HaKippurim. Ein yom HaKippurim v'chaper olav. Fichoch. If you're nischayev and Hashem told in Yom Kippur pass, but you are mevayit be, you said it's not mechaper. Hadeize loy niskaper le. You have to bring an Hashem tolui, and when you do tshuva after Yom Kippur, you have to bring an Hashem tolui. We find the same sugya brought in Hilchos Tshuva. So let's take a look over there. And from there are many kashas to understand. But let's take a look in Hilchos Tshuva. Actually, the Lechem Mishnah says, Kol ma shekosher al zeh mi ma shekosav Rabbeinu. Everything that's shver on this Rambam with the tshuva, that you need the tshuva. Kvar kosafti b'Hilchos Tshuva. I wrote in great detail Hilchos Tshuva. Perek Aleph Halacha Beis. Take a look in Hilchos Tshuva, Perek Aleph Halacha Beis. The Rambam says, Soir HaMishtaleyach Pishu Kapora L'Kol Yisrael Kein Godel Mizvado Lo V'Aloshen Kol Yisrael. This Soir HaMishtaleyach was mechaper on Kol Yisrael. Shenema V'Yizvado Lo V'Skol Avenis B'nei Yisrael. Soir HaMishtaleach mechaper al kol averis shebeteiro hakalois v'hachamuros. Ben shover bezodim, ben shover bishgogo, ben shehedale, ben shalehedale. Hakel mischaper b'soir HaMishtaleach. Soir HaMishtaleach is powerful. It's mechaper on everything, every type of aveir. Then the Rambam says, "V'hu she'osa tshuva." You have to do tshuva. Avol im le'osa tshuva, ein hasoyer mechaper loy elo al hakalos. It only is mechaper on kalos, and the Rambam says, "What's kalos? What's chamuros? Chamuros are averos with Mrs. Bestner kodes." But other mitzvahs, there's no kodesh there, kalis. And Soir HaMishtaleach is mechaper al kalis. So the Kesef Mishnah asks on the Rambam, there's a famous machlekes between Rabbi and the Rabbonon. If you need tshuva together with Yom Kippurim, mimonevshach. If you don't need tshuva like Rabbi, then why by chamuris you need tshuva? And if by kalos you don't need tshuva, so he's passing like Rabbi and the Rabbona. In the lashon of the Kesef Mishnah, kosherly. There it's mashma that you need tshuva according to Rabbanon, even on something as kal as an essay. But according to Rabbi, even a chamura, it's mechaper without tshuva, the Soir HaMishtaleach, besides Perek and Megal upon him Bateiro and Meifir Brise. If you don't have a breeze, so how does the Rambam here paskin that Soir HaMishtaleach is mechaper on kalos without tshuva? Then we find in the next halacha, in halacha Gimel, Perek Aleph halacha Gimel, the Rambam writes, V'atzmoi shel Yom HaKippurim mechaper lashovim. He says that the interesting lashon of the Rambam, because he's taking the Lashon of Rebbe, that Atzmi Shel Mechaper, but he also says Lashovim. So the question is, why doesn't there the Rambam say Atzmi Shel Kippurim Mechaper on Kales, and on the Chamures it's only Mechaper of Shov? So there is a Pirush HaMishnayos LaRambam in the end of Masechta Yuma, where the Rambam writes that we don't have such a thing like Soreh Mishtalech. Soreh Mishtalech is a bombe kapora. It's an amazing kapora. Atzmi Shel Yom, the way the Rambam writes in Aloche Gimel Bizman She'en Beis Hamikdash Kayom, is a lower grade kapora. And they bring a raya to the Rambam for the Yerushalmi, the end of Yuma, that says Soreh is mechaper bein osa tshuva bein le osa tshuva. Al koponim, Soreh is very strong. It's so strong, bein osa tshuva bein le osa tshuva. It's mechaper on kalis. Masheikin atzmi shel Yom Kippurim could only be mechaper with tshuva, because it's a lower grade of kapor. So kala, even kalos need tshuva. The Rebbe is masbir in the Sicha in Chelik Chav Zayin that Soyer washes away the Averos. That's why it's not so important if the person did tshuva by kalis, because the Soyer is a very strong malbin avoinosein shel Yisrael. It deals with the Averos. By Chamures, it needs help from Yom Kippur. But we understand the difference. It's a different grade of kapora. Very, very powerful. Verdikasha, based on what we see here, that Soyer HaMishtaleach is a very strong kapora. Why doesn't the Rambam mention in Hilchos Shegagos about Soyer HaMishtaleach? Soyer HaMishtaleach in Hilchos Shegagos, you're talking when there was a Beis Hamikdash, there's Karbonis. If there's a Beis Hamikdash and there is Karbonis, why doesn't he mention it in Hilchos Shegagos? And the Rebbe is mechadish that there's two gedorim in kapora. There's Soyer HaMishtaleach, that's mechaper on the Averos, and Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim, that takes away the chiyuv of karbonis. That's why, if you're medayik in the Lashon Rambam, by us in Hilchos Shegagos, the Rambam says, "Shekol hayoyim mechaper." If there's a moment of Yom Kippur where you have the suffix of the Hashem Tolui, the yoyim is mechaper, because it's not talking about the Soyer HaMishtaleach. The Soyer HaMishtaleach is not mechaper. It's mechaper the Averos, but it doesn't take away the chiyuv chatois v'hashomes. But Atzmi Shel Yom takes away the chiyuv of Hashem Tolui. If it was Soyer HaMishtaleach, it would depend when it was the Soyer HaMishtaleach yet thrown down the mountain or not. And they knew in the Beis Hamikdash, if the Soira Mishtalech was thrown down. But here too, the Rambam is talking about Atzmi Shel Yom. The Rebbe wants to learn that there's a difference between the Soira Mishtaleach and the Atzmi Shel Yom. In what type of tshuva do you need? What does it mean? He's mevayit b'yom HaKippurim. Is it just the mere fact that he believes Yom Kippur is mechaper? That's enough for the Soira Mishtaleach. But by Itzumi Shel Yom, there has to be some tshuva with it. Soira HaMishtaleach, there's the famous Rogatchover that Rebbe always brings, that Moide Rebbe b'koreis the Yoima, that the Rebbe is made that if you ate on Yom Kippur is not mechaper. Why? Even though Rebbe holds Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim mechaper, so the Chayre is it's not Noigeya here, the person. It's Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim mechaper. Why is Rebbe Moide that because it's the Yoma? Yom Kippur is not mechaper. Who cares what the person is? It's such a strong kapora. It's maz b'derogetshoven. Ein katege nasesanege. It's a very powerful thing, Yom Kippur. We don't care what you did, what you didn't do, if you did tshuva or not. But since you ate on Yom Kippur, so Yom Kippur becomes an accuser. Ein katege nasesanege. Zog the Rebbe, the selbe Zach will be by Soira Mishtaleach. Soira Mishtaleach, the Rebbe learns that the Chachomim will also hold like it's Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim. So by Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim, you need help. You need the like the Lashon of the Rambam, Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim mechaper lashovim. But by Soira Mishtaleach, the fact that you're not mevayit b'yom HaKippurim, that's enough. Because Soira Shel Yom HaKippurim is mechaper, like Atzmi Shel Yom. If you're not mevayit, it's okay. Stellt zu the Shaila, and the Rebbe bleibt bei Tzorachin in der order. Because the way it's mashma from the Lashon Rambam, that here in Hilchos Shegagos, he's talking about Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim. By Atzmi Shel Yom HaKippurim, you have to have not only that he's not mevayit, you have to have Ashtikol Tshuva, he turns to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So over here, it says the Lashon, Hashovim Hama'aminim B'Kaparosa. That the main thing in Tshuva is that he's Maimin B'Kaparosa. L'cha'ira, that's enough by the Soira Mishtaleach. Because by the Soira Mishtaleach, the main thing is he shouldn't be a mevayit. But over here, why is the lotion of the Rambam over here? Hashavim hamaminim b'kaparosan. It should be Hashavim v'hamaminim b'kaparosan, because he's talking about Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim. One more thing here. Unless we will say that we could combine the two, since it's Bisman Abayis, and there is a Soyer HaMishtaleach. So since there is a Soyer HaMishtaleach, so even Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim, if you're not Bayit in Yom Kippur, it's also Mechaper there. There's a strength in Atzmi Shel Yom to take away from Moshem Toloi. It's stronger. In Hilchis Tshuva, the Rambam says, Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim Mechaper Lashovin. There has to be a tshuva. There has to be a tshuva as he's coming back to the Rebishter. There has to be, because it's not talking about Soyer HaMishtaleach. But Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim, Bizman Abayis, when there is a Soyer HaMishtaleach, the fact that you're not Mevayit B'kaparosei, that itself is enough. But today, Bizman, there's no Beis HaMikdash Yokayim, and we don't have the Soyer HaMishtaleach. So you have to have, even though Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim, since Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim doesn't take away the Aveda, it changes the person. There, the person has to help. But it still needs biur. So why Soyer Shel Yom Kippurim is not mechaper on chamuris? And the biur is because it needs the help of the person. By chamuris, you need both Soyer Shel Yom Kippurim and the person. Al koponim, what we have from all of this is pshat in today's Rambam, that it's not talking about Soyer HaMishtaleach, it's talking about Atzmi Shel Yom Kippurim. And the rikir is that we should not be mevayit b'kaparosim. We should know that Eibush is mechaperos. And it's very important on the belief in Yom Kippur to really believe that Hashem yislach le. The Rebbe is mevayir al pichsidus, the difference between Soyer Shel Yom Kippurim and Atzmi Shel Yom Mechaper. That Soyer Shel Yom Kippurim deals with the klipa that you created with Aveda. But derech memele, it also fixes any pigam you have in your nefesh. It takes away the ra. But bisman agolus, there is still the ra in the world. And it deals with the person, it puts the person in a higher level. So b'derech memele, all the ra washes away from him. Okay, so the Eibishter wants helfen, that he should forgive us on everything we did wrong. And the main thing is we're maimin b'kaparos, we're maimin that the Eibishter is aguter, and he's gonna forgive us, like we say every day, 3 days in davening. Have a wonderful day.